Hello all, I am Amrita Patil, Assistant Professor at PICT. Welcome to the Java sessions. Today we are going to cover method overloading. So let's get started. Method overloading plays an important role in the object-oriented programming language. So what is method overloading? Method overloading allows a class to have the multiple methods with the same name but with the different parameters. The method must have the different parameter types or the different number of parameters. Suppose a method in the class we have different type of methods. So if the method with the same name, I want to override it with the different type of parameters or the different number of parameters. So both are called as both can be considered as the method overloading. So the method overloading is also called as the compile time polymorphism. So what is polymorphism? We are having a differentiation in the Java series like called as the polymorphism. In that you can go through at that and you will get to know what is compile time polymorphism and what is runtime polymorphism. This particular method overloading is a type of or example of compile time polymorphism. So how actually the method overloading works? Suppose there is a class called as the math operation. In that there is a add method. So in this example, we are going to overload this method add. So in the first, we are having a return type as an integer, method name as an int, and having the different parameters like a and b having the data type as an integer. And in that method, we are returning the addition a plus b. And in the same method, we are overloading in the same class, we are overloading add method. That is with the same number of parameters but the different data types. Here you can see instead of integer a, I am taking as a double a, and instead of integer b, I am taking it as a double b. And here we are returning the addition as a double. So this particular add method we are overloading here. Okay. So, what will be the real life example of this method overloading? Suppose in a IT company there are different number of employees. In that we are having the developers, which are having the some categories, maybe like a junior developer, senior developer, project manager, or so on. So there are many junior developers and many senior developers. As the category is the same, junior developer, that is the junior developer can be a .NET developer. The developer can be a Java developer or a Python developer. That means the same employee, junior developer, is having the different expertise. So one can be a .NET, Java, or the Python. So all the junior developers of the different languages can be called as the overloaded, or the senior developers having the different languages are overloaded. So I think you have now got the what is overloading. Okay. So there are two types, method overloading and method overriding. So there is a differentiation on the method overriding, but now we will consider what is the difference between the overloading and the overriding. So now we have seen the overloading, which is used to increase the readability of the program, where method overriding is used to provide the specific implementation of a type that is already provided by the superclass. Method overloading comes in a same class or it is performed within the class, while method overriding is in the case of inheritance or where the is a relation is there. In case of method overloading, parameters must be different, but in the overriding, the parameters must be same. In the method overloading, it is an example of compile time polymorphism, while method overriding is the example of the runtime polymorphism. You can say it is a static binding, and a method overriding is the dynamic binding. In the overloading, we can't be performed by changing the return type of the method only. Return type can be same or the different in the method overloading, but you must have to change the parameters. While in the method overriding, return type must be same or covariant in the method overriding. The explanation of this particular sentence is covered in the overriding session. Okay. So, what are the advantages of method overloading? So, in the method overloading case, cleaner code with the same name for the similar operations. So, you don't have to worry whether I am providing the parameters for addition, they are the integer, double, short, like that one. So, method, if you are overloading the method based on the input parameters, it will take and it will give the addition. Okay. It enhances the code readability and reduces the method name proliferation. Okay. So these are the advantages. Now let's see the limitations. So if you are not taking care of the you are taking care of the multiple methods with the same name, it can lead to the confusion. But if you um, take care of the proper code, then it will not lead to the confusion, but it will increase your readability. Overloading based on the large number of parameters can make the code harder to maintain. Yeah, so method overloading is beneficial or effective in case of less number of parameters which you are providing. But in case if the number of parameters are larger, then it may be a difficult to maintain that. So now let's see the a real life example of method overriding. Okay, so in this we have the method overloading demo. Here also we are considering the addition of different numbers. So in the first we are considering the integer a and integer y, where we are returning the sum of x plus y. The second method, in this we are taking the different number of parameters. That is, here we are taking integer x and integer y, but this is not the same because we are adding a different. We are adding the third number of parameter, that is integer x, y, and z. Here we are returning the addition of x plus y plus z. While I am here in this demo, I am considering another method which is doing the overloading, that is for the double one, double data type. So here we are considering the integer x, integer y, and here we are considering double x and double y, and we are returning the addition of that in the double format only. So what we are doing in the main method? So we have created the object of this, and in this we are calling 10 20. So which method it will call? So yes, this will call this integer x, integer y, and then it should return 30. Then the second one, here we are considering 10, 20, and 30. This will call this method having the three number of parameters, that is integer x, y, and z. So it will add 10 plus 20 plus 30 and it will return 60, right? And the last one is double. So we are passing the parameter 10 plus 5 and 20 plus 5. So it will call this uh, method and it will return. So now let's try to run this code. Okay. Okay. Yes. So this is the expected output. Like the first one is returning 10 plus 20 30. 10 plus 20 plus 30 is 60, and the last one 10 plus 5, 20 plus 5, it will return 30. You can see here we are returning double. Okay. Now, so now we are done with our method overloading. So now let's test our knowledge. So first question is, what is method overloading? Having multiple methods with the different names. Yes. Let's look at the another options. Having multiple methods with the same name but different parameters. Is this making sense? Yeah. Having multiple methods with different access modifiers. Having multiple methods with the same name and the same parameter. Yeah. So option will be B. So method overloading is having the multiple methods with the same name but the different parameters. Okay, second question is method overloading is determined at compile time, run time, both compile time and run time. It depends on the method definition. So, what will be the output? Sorry, what will be the answer? Yes, because method overloading is the compile time polymorphism. So, the method overloading is determined at the compile time. Okay. So, these are the some questions. What is the main difference between the method overloading and method overriding? Why method overloading considered a form of a compile time polymorphism? What are the rules for method overloading in the Java? So these are try to answer these questions. Thank you and happy learning.